Hi. Did you say your name was Tony?
Yes.
Hi, how are you? I was wondering if you could look for a book for me because my daughter wants one. Her birthday is coming up, so I just want to see if you would be able to tell me if you guys have it in stock.
Sure. What's the name of the book?
She wants, it's the part of the Harry Potter series. She wants like the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Do you guys have that in stock?
The book actually isn't split into two. The movies got split into two because there was such a long amount of stuff that was covered, but the book is just one.
I think you're confusing that with the other one. But she said that she was looking for Part 2 of the book.
There is no Part 2 of the book series.
Would you be able to check and see if you have it in stock, please?
Yeah, I'll look for Deathly Hallows. Just hold on just one second. I'm going to go to the floor, and I know right where it is. Hold on. Sir?
Yes.
Yeah, we have the hardback and the paperback in stock. The hardback is $34.99, and the paperback is $14.99 for the Deathly Hallows.
Okay, so how much was it for the Part 2?
There's no Part 2 of the book, sir.
Yeah, but from what I understand, there's the Deathly Hallows and then Deathly Hallows Part 2, like the new one. They made a movie on it.
The movie?
Yeah, they made a movie. They made a movie called
Sir?
Deathly Hallows Part 2 that was based on the book. That was my understanding.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. But
so do you guys have Part 2?
The book doesn't have a 1 and 2. The book is just one book. They split the movie into two parts because there was too much to cover in just one. So they basically made a Part 1 and Part 2.
That doesn't make any sense. How come it's not in the book?
Because the book itself is just one book, The Deathly Hallows. That's
right. So all the content that's in Deathly Hallows Part 2, are they ever putting that into a book?
No, it's in the Deathly Hallows.
So there is a Deathly Hallows Part 2, is what you're trying to say?
No, well, not in the book, just the movie.
Okay, so pretty much she would have to read Deathly Hallows Part 1 and then go see Part 2 to get the full story?
No, sir, there is no Part 1 or Part 2 of the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah, there's movies. There's Part 1 and Part 2 of the movie, so then there should be Part 1 and Part 2 of the book. That was my understanding. Her birthday is like next week.
The amount of content that was in the book itself, Deathly Hallows, was a lot of information. They could not fit that into all just one movie.
Huh.
So they split the movie into two parts. But the book is not two parts.
See, because she has the Deathly Hallows book, and
if she has the Deathly Hallows book, then she has everything.
But when she was reading it to me, it doesn't seem like there's much of an ending, and she said that's because there's a Part 2, and then it made complete sense because we don't find out what happens at the end. So,
I've read the whole series, sir, and I guarantee that the movie ending is the exact same as the book ending.
Okay, so how does the Part 2 end of the book?
The book ends with Harry taking his kids to school.
Yeah, that's the first part. So how does Part 2 end?
There is no second part. There is no part after that.
But it's in the movies. Deathly Hallows Part 2. It's out now. It came out like a week or two ago.
The Part 2 movie is the end of the Deathly Hallows book.
Then how come it's not called Deathly Hallows Part 2? I don't get this. Because she said she wants the Part 2 book.
Okay, well, there's only one. There's only one Deathly Hallows book. Everything that's covered in Part 1 and Part 2 of the movie is all in the one book called Deathly Hallows.
Part 1 and Part 2.
There's no Part 1 and Part 2 books, sir. There is no Part 1. There is no Part 2 in the book. There is only a Part 1 and Part 2 in the movie.
Explain that again, because I'm not getting this.
Okay, Deathly Hallows, the last book of the Harry Potter series, is just one book. From beginning to the end, it's just one book. It's not.
Well, they have like 7 books, I believe, like Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets.
You're asking specifically about the Deathly Hallows book, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, Part 2. Part 2.
There is no Part 1 and Part 2 of Deathly Hallows. There is just Deathly Hallows.
But there's the movie, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Deathly Hallows Part 2.
They made it into 2 movies, sir. There was too much content to put into one movie, so they made 2 movies to equal one book.
But the book came first, I believe. So they made Part 1 off of the Deathly Hallows, and then Part 2 off of the Deathly Hallows Part 2 book.
No. They made Part 1 off of the beginning of Deathly Hallows, the book, and they made Part 2 off of the end of Deathly Hallows, the book.
I'm on Wikipedia, and that's not what it says that it happened. It says that there's 2 books.
I've personally read the whole series, sir, from beginning to end, and I can guarantee you that's exactly what's going on.
So you said that it ended with Harry taking his kids to school. How is that an ending?
That's the ending of the story, sir. That's just how the story ends.
So like he's fighting and then he takes his kids to school. So he's like a superhero. I haven't seen any of the movies. I don't get the concept.
He ends up winning in the very end.
He won what?
Voldemort. He defeats Voldemort.
What's that?
The and all that, and then they
what's a Voldemort? Is that like a disease?
What?
What's a Voldemort?
Voldemort's the bad guy.
Okay, and
all right. Like, I'm sorry, I've got other customers waiting in line.
But you never told me like what's going on with this Part 2 book and where I could get it.
There's no Part 2 book, sir. I'm sorry. There's just one book.
So if she wants the Deathly Hallows Part 2 book, how do I do that?
She's never going to be able to get that because there is no such thing.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry, sir.
But they base the movies off of the books, correct? Am I imagining that?
What you're trying to do is equate one movie per book, and that's not what happened on the last two movies. The last two movies are both the final book in the book series.
I'm not following you at all.
I'm so sorry, sir. I can't think of any other way to explain it, sir. I've got other customers that I have in line. If you want to come into the store and I can show you, that would be perfectly fine.
Do you have the movies there too?
No, we don't have the movies here, sir. The second part just came out. There's no way it'd be out.
Okay, so how long do I have to wait for the book to come out then?
There's not going to be a book that comes out, sir.
But
Deathly Hallows is one book. They based both of those movies off of one book.
Then how
I really have to go.
So Part 1 and Part 2 of the movie, it's the same movie? If it's based off of one book?
Part 1 and Part 2 are based off of one book. They just split it into two different movies.
So Part 2 is based off of the same book as Part 1?
Yeah.
So they made the same movie twice?
No.
So Part 2 is a remake of Part 1 is what you're trying to say?
No, it's a continuation of the story, sir. It's to be continued. At the
so
very
if
end
it was to be continued, they should have a book on it, right?
To be continued, and then there's Part 2.
Right. So if they made the book off of Part 1 off of the book, and then Part 2 is a continuation, then there should be a book. Where's the continuation book? Is it Harry Potter and the continuation book?
I don't know how to explain it any better, sir, but I really have other customers that I have to tend to.
Am I saying the wrong title? Is it Harry Potter and the continuation, or Harry Potter and he takes his kids to school?
I have to go help my other customers. I am so very sorry, okay? If you want to come in and talk to me face-to-face, I'd be more than happy to help you, show you exactly what I'm talking about, okay?
But her birthday's in like 2 days. I don't know what to do.
Well, we're open until 10 o'clock tonight. You're more than welcome to come by. You have a good night, okay, sir?
Okay,
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, jeez.
Poor guy. Sorry for the spoiler alert.
You're a funny guy.
If you guys haven't seen the movie by now, you should have. So.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi. My name is Michelle, and I was wondering if you sell books.
Yes, we do.
You do? Do you
Yes.
have Harry Potter?
Most likely.
You do?
I'm gonna have to transfer you to electronics.
Okay.
All right, one moment, please.
All right, thanks.
To electronics?
Electronics.
Hi. My name is Michelle, and I was wondering if you have books.
Which type of book?
Harry Potter.
Which Harry Potter?
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
I can't check right quick. Hold on.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. We have the book in.
You have Part 2?
Oh, well, actually, it's just, part, it's, the whole entire book. It's just the movies was separated in two parts.
But I thought that each movie was based off of a book.
Yeah, each movie was based off a book. It's just with, Deathly Hallows, they split it up in two, movies.
Yeah.
And the reason why they did that was the book, because, like, I don't know, it's for some reason the directors, wanted to put it in two parts.
But why would they do that if there weren't two books?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Eclipse. Are you read the Eclipse series?
The what?
Not Eclipse, Twilight series.
No, ew, no. I like British people with wands.
Oh gosh. Well, like it's kind of like how they did the last movie with theirs. They split up into two parts.
They did?
But like, yeah.
Well,
And like they only came.
But Harry would never do that.
Yeah, I don't know why J.K. Rowling split up in two movies, but yeah, it's all in one book in one.
Can you look again for me, my fellow gangster?
Yeah.
Thanks.
All
You're the
right.
bomb.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, yeah, it's only one part. I mean, yeah, the whole two parts is just in one book.
But I have part 1 and I read it and it wasn't the same ending as the first one. As the first movie.
Okay, you have part 1 in the movie or in the book?
I have the book part 1 and then I saw the movie part 1 and they didn't have the same ending.
It didn't. What?
So
what ending did it have?
since part 2 came out, I wanted to get part 2 and see if it had the same ending or not.
Yeah, it does.
Are you? But part 1 didn't have the same ending as part 1 the movie.
Well, how can it has part 1 if like the whole book is in one?
I don't get it.
Like that. Well, the part 1, like, what is it, like a part 1 book?
Can you explain it with lesser words? Cause I'm only 7. I don't get it.
Are you for real?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to explain like Spanish or English? Just
In like gangster.
okay. All right. I don't think I can do gangster mode. Okay. You see, let me see how I can word this. No part 1. There ain't no part 1. How about that? Part 2, all in one. Is that good enough or?
No, a little more.
Well, is this a prank?
No.
Pretty sure it sounds like one.
I don't get it. It's either can you explain it to me or just get part 2 for me.
Okay. Part 1, like you said, you saw the movies part 1 and 2, right?
Word.
Yeah. Yes. All right. I don't think that's gangster either. People don't say word.
I say word.
Okay.
My ditty tells me I'm a gangster.
Well, I want to say a little. I will say, that. I'll say probably like a homie, but not gangster. Hold on right quick.
Okay.
Okay, hello?
Hello?
Yes.
What up?
All right. What did you need or?
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Son.
Okay. All right. Now let me explain this.
Okay.
There ain't no part 1 or 2. They are both combined in the book.
They're both what?
That's in the book. Combined. Like it's all in one.
Like what?
Like like when you mix. How about this for a gangster thing? When you mix Kool-Aid and sugar, it's combined. There you go, right there. Look.
Oh, I get
yep,
it.
You
Oh,
got
word.
it. There you go.
Oh.
Yep. Ah, snap.
Kool-Aid and sugar. I get it.
All right.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Exactly. Oh, snap. All right. Now, the book only came out with Deathly Hallows. So it has both of the parts in them. The movie was separated in 2 parts to hype up the second ending to the Harry Potter.
Uh-huh.
That's why. So is that clear?
Um, no, not really.
All right.
Well, what is hype?
Huh?
What's hype?
If you look it up, it'll it'll have a definition for you.
Why can't you tell me? Use it in a sentence.
Well, you should know, like, since you're a gangster, so.
Oh, I'm not fully trained yet.
See, then you ain't no gangster. How can you call yourself a gangster if you ain't fully trained?
I'm almost there. They call me Lil
No,
M.
you know. Little imp,
Lil
that's
M.
not gangster at all.
Well, can you give me a gangster name?
My
My name's Michelle.
Well, I don't know about gangster names, but about the book again.
Well, I'm Michelle Collinsworth, so can I be like MC?
Yeah, there you go.
MC,
See,
is that's gangster?
Yeah, that's gangster enough.
Okay.
All right. So is that all about the book?
Well, do you have part 2?
No, not really. Nope.
You don't?
Well, so
where?
like question right quick. So like this, I know this is a prank 'cause I used to do it on Walmart all the time when I used to, not work for it. So it's okay. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I know this like a prank call.
A what?
A prank call.
No.
No, yeah.
What's that?
It's something you do, Basically, I used to do it, so yeah. If you're gonna come with the gangster thing, you gotta be playing like gangster music in the background. If you want to do it, I'll say like some Waka Flocka or some, Mr. Fab. But see, you wouldn't know nothing about that, but you still in training, right?
Like Chingy?
Exactly. No, not like Shane. See, you're not no gangster. You just got demoted.
Justin Bieber?
Yeah, no. All right, well, hey, I have to hang up.
What about Soulja Boy? You know, for Christmas I got bathing apes.
See, your pimp card just got removed. Your pimp card just got removed. I'm sorry about that.
My pimp card?
Bye.